Okay, this is going to be part 2 of my Bradley Smoker Alder Bisquettes. Part 2. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to drill 4 holes in every biscuit for 2 purposes. Number 1, I think having the holes in them is going to help them burn a little better. Secondly, some of them are oversized and I got to cut them with the hole saw. Got right here. The only way I'm going to hold them on to cut them with the hole saw is if I screw them with the 4 holes I put in the hole. The ones that I have to do with the hole saw, you screw them. I don't know whether it'll make any difference, but I almost think that putting the holes in these is also possibly to help preventing these biscuits from splitting. Then I'm going to size them all. That's your feeder tube for your Bradley Smoker, like so. Here's the biscuit. That fits perfect, right? Won't have to do anything to it except drill the 4 holes. This guy, too big. Can't make him fit, right? So that's one of the ones that the hole saw is going to have to trim. Now here is, again, we're back to the biscuit that my brother made. Use the hole saw. And your genuine Bradley biscuit, as you see these holes, they fit perfect. And I know that this hole saw, right? Exactly, that's the exact one that I need. So. But I got 190 of these guys to drill, so. Two done. 188 to go. Actually works better if I just let go of the thing and let the spring, the recoil spring, pull the bit back out. Alright, well, it's a bit repetitious, so I'll shut this off, and when I'm done, then I'll sort the progress report. I suppose I'm halfway done. Been drilling for like an hour. We'll go over here. So what we're going to do is really, really simple. Does it fit? hole saw thing is going to be another chore too. And I'm really intrigued by how these biscuits will work, because I think they're going to be great. Okay, so now I want to count. I want to see how many oversized we've got. 2, 4, 6, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 50. Here. So I've got 73 that are too big. 73 too big from 190. So I got 127. Now we come over here. I no longer need this plastic here. I need the ability for this to move. This is why I made this board longer than I need, so that this thing is really going to torque. Ah! One done. Look at that. Only 72 to go. And that goes just fine with just 2 screws to last. No, don't do that. Just rather short. Yeah. Let's just have a look at what happens here. Peeled up just enough of the rind there that it's going to work. It looks like I'm crazy. Could be. If I could figure out a way to do this faster, I would. But this is absolutely going to work. Well, I'm finished for whatever it was worth in 3 hours. we're all cleaned up over on the drill press. Now, the only thing left to do is pack our goods off. There's, I had a count of 190 biscuits, and I ended up throwing out 2 because one of them that was tapered, like it wasn't flat. So being tapered like that, I was worried it might bind up. And there was another one that had a big chunk missing off the edge. I was not too sure about it either, so I threw them out. So final tally, 188. And it's going to be a month and a half or 2 months before I do any smoking, so we'll see. But in that time, they should be dried right out. So last night I spent 3 hours doing hole saws to cut the bigger ones down to size. I'm convinced that the bark will impart a bad flavor. So I'm going to whittle the bark off every one. Like right now, the wood is still nice and wet. You see how that bark is peeling off there? The bark comes off pretty easily right now. Just a little bit of an odor that you get from that bark. My spidey sense says that if I don't get rid of that, it's going to give it a little bit of a bitter flavor. So now, once I peel it like that, all I smell is the wood. I've already whittled off 8, so I got like 180 to go. I suppose that the other thing this will really affect how soon it's dry. I really got the hang of this here now. You got to get in there and get a good bite where you feel like you're cutting against the wood. You're taking that whole peel of bark off just like peeling an apple. Beautiful. Back I'm inside. It's too damn windy out there. Besides, I was actually worried that the wind's going to dry my friggin' biscuits out before I get the bark peeled. It definitely peels better the wetter it is. Alright, this is the end result of our whittling away here, carving removing the bark from these Alder Bisquettes. Took a while, but I cleaned it right down to the fresh wood on all of them. Here's rinds that I peeled, right? And it's really something when you put your head in a bucket and you smell that bark versus just the wood, eh? It's a big difference. The bark is pungent enough that I'm sure that had I left that on, it was going to affect the flavor of my salmon or jerky, whatever it is I'm going to smoke. For this, I mean, it's just a really very mild, very sweet scent now that's remaining. So when I do finally use these for smoking, that's basically going to be part 3 of this Alder Bisquette story, and I guarantee that at that time I will share results of that effort. So this will be the end of part 2. I think I'm going to go make myself a coffee. I'm working night shift. I just get up. I'm in that night shift brain dead sort of state. Alright, over and out.